we touched on sort of thermal imaging cameras, and I thought it was just worth speaking about cost versus benefit, and the different ranges in terms of pricing for a thermal imaging camera. And so it was worth touching on that.
Yeah, thermal imaging. I mean, we need to test. We don't know something's going to do its job unless we test. So thermal imaging is the way to do that. It's the most effective way of indicating whether there's going to be an issue at all. Usually there isn't, but the whole idea of testing is to pick something up just in case there is. So we have a couple of images here. You can see heat loss here. You can see we've got a good thermal insulance there. We've got a good R value keeping the heat in. Now, thermal imaging, there are companies that come and do this for you. They will professionally come in, heat your space, and they will thermal image it for you, and they will give you a certificate to say, this is what it does. But you can also buy these cameras yourself. Even if you were just to close your doors and windows, leave it for a while and walk round, you will find all the different temperature markings of the house. You can buy these for quite a small amount of money. But is it worth it? Because when it comes to this detail and this resolution, maybe the cost of actually buying one of these, if you've got a one-off job, is not really worth it. But they're still a handy piece of kit to have because you can test anything with them at any time.
You mentioned R value there as you were pointing to the image at the top. Is that indicating the R value?
Only because of the colour, because of heat loss. We spoke about the value, the R value, the resistance, or the thermal insulance of a product, how much it resists. This is a good R value because there's very little heat. You can see there's heat here because it's through the window, but the house itself is blue. The darker it is, the bluer it is, the better the insulation, which means inside there you've got a low U value, which means you're losing very little heat because we have a high R value. Here, the insulation, even around the windows themselves, is really poor. We're getting a lot of energy coming out of there, a lot of heat. That's actually costing them to heat the street. And that's because it's a very, very low R value. There's very little resistance to that energy being lost.
Excellent stuff.